giant umbrellas hanging from the ceiling, a bright yellow hotel room door. This place is different. This is the Manchester Portland by Sunday, but you might know it better by its former name, the Ibis Styles Manchester Portland. It's just been taken over by the Indian hotel chain Sunday. It's that grand historic building on Portland Street, with a giant pair of sunglasses perched over the entrance. This is a hotel that's all about fun, quirkiness and personality, right in the heart of one of the UK's most vibrant cities. Its location is, by all accounts, pretty much perfect. You're just a stone's throw from Piccadilly Gardens and only a 5-minute walk from Manchester Piccadilly Station. But here's the real question, especially now. Does the style have any substance under the new management? Now, the Sunday chain is owned by the same company behind OYO Hotels, which has a really poor reputation. So is this hotel actually good? I paid my own way to find out for myself. In this video, I'm giving you a complete and brutally honest review of my entire experience. I'm covering everything. My first impressions of that famous lobby, to a deep dive into the room itself. I'll also check out the hotel's bar and a restaurant. Then I'll pull it all together, weigh up the good and the bad, and give you the final verdict on whether the Manchester Portland by Sunday is good value for money. Let's get into it. Okay, let's take a look at the room. So when you come into the room, you first come across to this area that's in the little hallway. When you come in, there's this area here, which is like a wardrobe, but without a door. Now that comes with proper coat hangers. So you've got a good hanging space for your clothes. There's also an iron in here, an ironing board, a luggage rack, and a hairdryer. Let's take a look at that hairdryer. Just your standard hotel hairdryer. And up top you've got an extra pillow, an extra towel. Now let's come around and have a look at the room. As you can see here, I've booked a single room, which means it's just got the single bed. This room is unique. It actually has 2 desks. We've got this little desk here, shaped like a cloud, keeping with that weather theme, and a little plastic stool so you can sit here and get some work done. But we've got a proper work desk as well, so let's take a look at that. And this little desk here can also move into the bed, so you can use it if you want to work or eat from the bed. And over here we have a proper work desk. Got a nice comfortable chair here, so you can sit in there and work here. Now it does also come with tea and coffee making facilities, so to get full use of the desk you would need to pick this tray up and stick it on the bed or somewhere like that, somewhere else. The tea and coffee making facilities is just a kettle, which is nice and clean inside. 1 cup, 1 teacup, 1 teaspoon, some Twinings everyday tea, Nescafe coffee, some sachets of sugar, and a few things of milk. Next to the bed, we have a regular UK power point, as well as a USB charging point, and the light switch, which gives you this nice strip backlight behind the bed and the desk. And there's also another couple of power points over here. Now they're less useful because they're not next to a desk. There's no shelf under there to stick your phone, so you can't really practically use these 2 power points down here, because if you were charging your phone, it's going to be sitting on the floor and there's always that chance that you might walk over them. Whereas the one at the desk is very well situated. It just would be nice if there were 2 of them at the desk. Let's take a look at the view from the room. Let's pull these curtains back. And we've got a view looking out over Portland Street. So you can see, looking over there, over Portland Street, and you can just see a little bit of Piccadilly Gardens there as well. Okay, now let's take a look inside the bathroom. Okay, first things first, we'll look at the shower. Now this shower, it's a proper shower, a proper walk-in shower. There's a nice bit of glass to separate it from the rest of the room, to stop the water from going everywhere. Up the top, we've got a nice rainfall shower head, and we also have a flexible shower head as well. It's all very clean and nice in here. Now, as far as products go, we've got two products. We've got a conditioning shampoo and a hair, body and hands wash. So not as good as having separate shampoo and conditioner, but better than an all-in-one for everything. Now, if that's an issue for you, good idea to bring your own conditioner. Now, just look at the rest of the bathroom. Over here, we have a nice mirror with the light around it. There's also a sink down here with a bottle of hand wash, a couple of towels, and we also have a toilet down there as well. Okay, so what's this bed like? Now, it feels a little bit lumpy actually. Like I feel like a big lump under here. Let's see what it's like to lie on. Now, it's actually quite comfy to lie on. It's relatively, probably a little bit firmer than the average hotel mattress, but not by much. It is quite comfortable to lie on, but I didn't find it very comfortable to sit on. It felt a bit lumpy to sit on, but when you lie down, it's actually quite comfy. I think most people would sleep okay on this, but it's not going to suit everyone. Some people like something a little bit plusher. Guests staying at the Manchester Portland by Sunday get free wireless internet access. Let's see how fast it is. Okay, so that's not too bad. This hotel's public areas are comprised of a quirky lobby area and a bar and restaurant. While there's a great choice of other places to eat and drink in the local area, the in-house bar is quite a nice spot to enjoy a drink or two. If this hotel was a biscuit, what biscuit would it be? When trying to work out which biscuit best represents this hotel, I picked up a box of the Fox's Fabulous Viennese assortment. So I was going to choose one from this box here. So if this hotel was a biscuit, it would be Fox's Viennese chocolate dipped finger, which is, let's open this up. Ooh. Cheers, this one here. The Manchester Portland by Sunday has a quirky, colourful interior with a weather-themed decor that is a mix of fun and style. Viennese fingers have the same personality, light, buttery swirls paired with a dip of chocolate. This isn't a budget bourbon or custard cream, it's a step up from that. The melt-in-the-mouth softness of a Viennese finger makes it stand out, just as the hotel's bold decor and central location make it stick in your memory. It feels like a treat, but on the right night, it's an affordable option. If you're staying at the Manchester Portland by Sunday, you're right on the edge of the Northern Quarter, opposite Piccadilly Gardens. It's a great base for exploring central Manchester. Let's take a short walk and see what's nearby. Let's start just across the road at Piccadilly Gardens. It's a central hub with trams and buses heading all over Greater Manchester. Just a few minutes northwest of the hotel and you're deep in the northern quarter. Manchester's bohemian district, full of indie bars, record shops and street art. There are too many great spots to name, but a couple of favourites. Affleck's for vintage gear and pop culture oddities, and Ezra and Guild for a solid coffee. And don't forget the Greater Manchester Police Museum, one of England's more engaging police museums. Fun fact, the Northern Quarter has doubled as New York in several film shoots, including Captain America and Morbius. Apparently the backstreets of Manchester look more like New York than modern New York does. Just off Mosley Street, you'll find the Manchester Art Gallery. This free gallery has a strong collection of 19th century British art, including works by the Pre-Raphaelites, as well as modern and contemporary pieces. It's a manageable size, making it relatively easy to see in under an hour. From the hotel, it's around an 8-minute walk south to Piccadilly Gardens, where you'll find the Alan Turing Memorial. Turing was a codebreaker during the Second World War and one of the founding figures of modern computing. After the war, he worked at the University of Manchester, just a few streets away. The statue shows him seated on a bench holding an apple. It's a powerful and quietly moving tribute to one of Britain's greatest minds. If you head east from here, you'll reach Manchester Piccadilly, the city's main railway station. From here you can get direct trains to London, Liverpool, the airport and beyond. But even if you're not travelling, the station has a decent mix of shops and places to grab a bite. And the pedestrianised approach down Piccadilly Approach is a classic Manchester people watching spot. So there you go, art, history and brunch spots, all within a 10-minute walk from the Manchester Portland by Sunday. Whether you're into galleries or Greggs, you won't have to go far. So let's talk about the price. This is where things get really interesting. I stayed on a Sunday night, a fitting day to stay considering the new brand name, and paid just £50 for my room. For that price, considering the unbeatable location, great service and comfy room, it's an absolute steal. However, just out of curiosity, I checked the price for the night before, a Saturday, and the exact same room was going for a whopping £272. At 50 quid it's a fantastic deal. At £272, I'd say it's definitely not worth it. The value here is entirely dependent on when you book. This hotel is in a moment of transition. It's not a luxury hotel. It's inheriting the legacy of a design-led mid-range hotel that offers a fun, comfortable and incredibly convenient place to explore Manchester. The real question is whether the new owners will maintain these standards. The potential drawbacks, smallish rooms and possible noise are, in my opinion, a fair trade-offs for the right price and that amazing location. So who is this hotel for? It's perfect for solo travellers, couples, or friends on a city break who want to be in the middle of everything. It's for people who value character, convenience and a lively atmosphere over tons of space, and who can be flexible with their dates to find a good deal. It's also for people who are willing to take a chance on a hotel in transition, hoping that the premium promise of the Sunday brand holds true. Who isn't it for? If you're looking for a spacious, quiet retreat, or you're a family who needs more room, this probably isn't the one for you. And if you're very sensitive to noise and have to travel on a peak Saturday night, you might want to look at hotels in a quieter, less central part of the city. For me though, paying what I paid, this was a fantastic choice. It's a hotel with a massive personality that's backed up by great service, a legacy it has hopefully carried into its new life. The real test will be whether the Sunday ownership can maintain this substance and not just trade on the style. What do you think? Have you stayed here since it became a Sunday hotel? Or have you stayed here when it was an Ibis Styles? Let me know your experiences in the comments below. I'm especially curious to see how things evolve here. And if you enjoyed this honest hotel review and want to see more like it, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching.